Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel. Welcome to the final video of my sortings of Marvel United and all the heroes and villains therein. At this point, if you've used deduction, you can figure out what my top 5 and my top 2 villains are. But why is that the case? And that's what we're going to find out here. So let's get started with my favorite 5 heroes and then my favorite 2 villains. We're going to start with one of the most powerful characters in the game, Adam Warlock. Ooh. Now, Adam Warlock is not great in any one particular thing. His power's not fantastic. His movement's okay. His heroic stuff's okay. But did you notice he comes with an extra double wild? What? That's really great. That's like a better special card than anything else. And he has one here. This is a great card. If you get this at the beginning, playing this up, he's immortal. You can't be forced to discard your last card. That's so powerful. Look at the top 3 master plan cards, put them back in order, and I don't care if this one has nothing on the bottom. The next master plan card will be played face down with no effect. You have to know when to play this card, but it is worth it. Then he has several double cards that fit in with all this stuff. It's just fantastic. I would imagine there's probably some people out there who might consider him to be overpowered, but I have so much fun playing with him, I don't care. So that's Adam Warlock, my number 5. Squirrel Girl. Fun character for sure. Not very good with heroics at all. Her fighting is fine, yeah, pretty good, and her movements. So why do I like her? Well, first of all, she has a couple of these move attacks, which are really nice, but it's her 3 special cards. Now, common sense is not as powerful as it sounds. This says if your number of your special effect cards in your storyline is greater than the villain's current health, the heroes win the game. Well, okay, so if you get the villain down to 2, that could be pretty powerful. This card, though, I love it. Do 1 damage to a single enemy every location. This is a great opening salvo. You can sometimes there's a thug in every location. Come on, that's 6 thugs gone. Plus you got an extra one here. Oh, it's fantastic. And you can reveal the master card and put it in the bottom with a wild. I just like those 3 cards. Those 3 cards are so much fun to use, and her stats aren't horrific, that I just really have fun playing with her, and she'll hold her own. You put her with a couple powerhouses, and that combination, like put her with Adam Warlock and with Thor or something, I really like it. So next we have Mary Poppins, y'all, or Yondu. Fun character, such a minor character in the comics until the movie made him very popular. So he has do 3 damage, split as much as you like in yours or adjacent locations. Here he can flip civilians into thugs and a thug into civilians in his location, which is kind of useful. But his arrow card here, this is one of my favorite cards in the game because this could conceivably, the most I've ever killed with this I think is 7. But it hits a thug and it defeats one in each location and it just keeps going till there's no more thugs left to kill. It's so amazing. So fantastic. And then, of course, his other stats. He's a decent fighter. I mean, he has really good fighting ability. His movement's okay, and his heroics are okay. But he's really fun to play with. I like him a lot, and that's why he's number 3. Star-Lord is my number 2 favorite hero. He does not have anything that's exciting when it comes to power. He's not very many power symbols at all. His movement's pretty good. His heroics is not bad. You know, overall, I would not be too upset. But just this card itself has a wild at the bottom. Great thing to have in general. And he gives a token of his choice to another hero. Now, there's a lot of characters that use tokens. You combine him with one of those characters, he's amazing. Him and Rocket Raccoon, oh my. Him and Gamora, fantastic. And he's the one generating these tokens. And he can give you pretty much any token he wants. And that enters a wild at the bottom of the card. Great teammate, such fantastic use. If you were letting me pick a team, he's probably the first person I would draft just because I like using him with other characters so much. So my number 2 is Star-Lord. And my favorite hero in the game, come on, Doctor Strange. Now, Doctor Strange has the worst power of the game, I think. His movement is and his heroic is pretty good, actually. But he has 5 special cards. 3 of them have wilds at the bottom. This one has heroic at the bottom. This one has nothing at the bottom, but what? If this is face-up in the storyline, we always see the top card in the Master Plan deck. If you draw this in turn 1, you're playing this in turn 1. Oh my word, it's so good. Here I can search the Master Plan card, remove a card from the game. Here I can take any master plan card and reshuffle it into the master plan deck, putting a card back in, putting a weak card back in, move to any location, and then you can either attack an adjacent location or move. This one's probably his weakest special card, but still, he's probably overpowered. But I just love playing with him. He's such a cool character. Wow. The master plan deck is such an awful thing that you deal with in Marvel United. And he is just neutering it, just destroying it. So much fun. So this is my favorite hero in the game, Doctor Strange. My number 2 favorite villain is Kang. Kang is the master of time, and he's going to be jumping in and out of play. I just really like that aspect of him. So whenever he does a bam, if he's at a location, he does 2 damage there. If he's out of play, he just adds thugs to different locations. But there's a ton of these time masters in the game. So if he's at a location, he comes out of play. And if he's out of play, he goes to wherever the most heroes are and then bams. So he's always coming on and off. And these time paradoxes, you want to take them out because otherwise when he comes back in play, he comes back with full health. And here he can't take damage if he's in those spots or adjacent to them. And as long as this threat's in play, if you end your turn location with a thug, you take a damage. He's hard, but I've beaten him. But that's not the point. I mean, I like villains whether I can beat them or not. I feel like I can beat him. He also adds crisis tokens, which make you lose your end of turn effect. So he's hard. He really is. But it's so neat to see him come on and off the board. You're like, he's back on the board. Quick, hit him as hard as you can before he jumps off again. By the way, Doctor Strange can really mess him up with his Time Master cards. But that being said, I find this to be a fun character to play against. My number 2 villain. Now, you may have counted and said, wait, there's no villains left to be his number 1. But there is, and it's not even close. My favorite villain to play against is the Sinister Six. Now, for this, you need the Sinister Six pack, and you need all 6 villains. And you're going to be playing against all 6 of them at the same time. And it's a pretty interesting way. You can watch my review of the expansion to see there's weak spots for each of the heroes, and you can't defeat that villain until you've gotten a weak spot. Then you take them out. And each round of the game, every 2 cards from the heroes, you're turning one of these over, and the top 2 people who are still alive are going to move, bam, and do that. And each one of them has a different special ability. Each of them is messing you up in a different way. You have to determine which ones to take out. This is so much fun. It's tough, but it's beatable. It's so entertaining, and I hope that they do this with other villains, where you can fight a pack of villains at the same time. The villains themselves stand on the special abilities of locations as they move around, and you're basically sitting there going, which one of these is the worst? It's Vulture. At least my opinion, but which one? Some of them they all do different things, and you have to determine how to stop them. It's so entertaining. It feels so different. And honestly, if there's one expansion you get for this game, it should be the Sinister Six, just to play this mode. Also, you get 6 great villains. You'll notice that 4 of the villains of the Sinister Six placed very highly for me. So lots and lots of fun. My favorite villain, well, my 6 favorite villains together, the Sinister Six. Alrighty, well there you go. We've gone through every hero. We've gone through every villain that exists. Of course, when the next the X-Men sets come out, maybe we'll have to redo this. But for now, this is the video. Tell me what your top 5 are. Let me know your favorites. Do I have mine too high, too low? Well, I don't think I can have them too high, too low at this point in time here at the top. But either way, this was fun for me to do. I really like this. Check out our reviews of the expansions, and we're going to be doing, or we've already done, a 4-way re-review of the game with all this extra stuff. I'm Tom Vasel, and this has been Marvel United coverage, where we ranked all the heroes. I'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching the Dice Tower.